Hello and welcome to UltraCare Pro YouTube channel. Subscribe to this channel to learn more about UltraCare Pro products, its services and its usage. In today's video, I would be sharing you one very important piece of information, and that is what are the movements and exercises that you should absolutely avoid when you are suffering from sciatica or a sciatic nerve pain. If you want to know more about this, make sure to watch this video till the end. Let's begin. So the first thing or its movement or exercise that you should avoid is a heavy hamstring stretch. Hamstring is a muscle which lies behind your thigh region and usually get tight when you have some posture related issues. Hamstring stretching exercise basically involves curving or is creating curvature in your spine or is bending forward and then trying to pull the hamstring muscle. When you try to do this more or else when you try to bend more while doing this hamstring stretch, what happens is you push the lumbar herniation or else the disc compression that is happening increases, which leads to further pressure on the sciatic nerve, as well as piriformis muscle gets tight, as well as there is pressure that falls on the sciatic nerve at piriformis nerve level. Both of these things leads to increase in the symptom. And that's why doing heavy hamstring stretch is one of the first and the most important exercise to be absolutely avoided when you are suffering from sciatica. The second movement that you should avoid is any kind of forward bending posture or else activity which involves forward bending. Many times we have the habit to bend forward and lift objects. This movement will definitely aggravate your pain and can make your pain much more severe. It could also lead to damage at your spinal disc level as well as damage at the nerve level. And that's why if you who are suffering from sciatic pain or as if you are a known patient of sciatica, you should absolutely avoid forward bending postures and activities and exercises that incorporates forward bending. The ideal way to lift objects at this point in time is to bend from your knee and hips and then lift objects. That's a more optimal and safe way of lifting. The third exercise that you should absolutely avoid when suffering from sciatic pain is straight leg sit-ups. Now what are straight leg sit-ups? Straight leg sit-ups are the exercises in which your legs are absolutely straight and keeping those legs straight you are trying to get up or is trying to do sit-ups to strengthen your abdominal muscle. This puts extreme level of force on your spinal area, on your core muscles as well as your spine, which increases the risk of damage at spinal region and disc. This leads to further discompression and increase in the symptom of sciatica. And that's why keeping or is doing straight leg sit-ups is something which is absolutely contraindicated in patients suffering from sciatica. The fourth exercise that you should avoid is abdominal stretching. Now abdominal stretching looks very similar to the back extension exercise which is usually prescribed in sciatic pain. The only difference is when you are doing abdominal stretching, you are raising your hips as well from the backward region. You should not raise your pelvis, because when you try to raise your pelvis, the compression on the spine increases and further damages your sciatic nerve, which is not indication and which is also a leading cause for further damage on the nerve. And that's why doing abdominal stretching is also in contraindication or is an exercise to be avoided in sciatica. The fifth exercise to avoid is full body squats. Complete squats is something which also puts loads and loads of pressure on your spine, especially when you are coming back from the squatting position. When you are trying to lift your entire body up, there is a tremendous amount of load that falls on your lower back area, especially on your spinal disc, which leads to further compression, further herniation and further damage and increase in symptoms of sciatic pain. And that's why doing complete squats or foot squat or else full squats is absolutely a no-no. Exercise number 6 to avoid is deadlift. Deadlifts or weightlifting where you lean forward or bend forward completely again puts loads and loads of pressure and compression forces on your spine region. So if you are a bodybuilder but if you are suffering from sciatic pain, please avoid to do these exercises or else do this activity or sport. Number 7 is heavy weightlifting. Again, weightlifting, especially one which incorporates forward bending, is an activity which we habitually tend to do but is not an activity which is helpful for your spine strength or its spinal development. Your muscles are at higher risk of damage and injury along with your nerve and the disc at the vertebral column. And that's why heavy lifting is something that you should avoid. If you are in a scenario where you need to lift heavy objects, try to take help of another person and try to shift your weights between these two persons so that pressure does not fall on your back alone. Moving to the last but not the least exercise or activity that you should avoid while suffering from sciatic pain is leg lift or leg curls. Now, many people try to strengthen their abdominal muscle, and in that they try to raise both the legs together up. In those scenarios also, there's tremendous amount of pressure that falls on the lower back region. This pressure leads to increased stress on the vertebral column, on the ligaments around the vertebral column as well as the disc itself, which increases the pressure falling on the sciatic nerve and thus leading to increase or aggravation of sciatica symptoms. Remember, it's not just the do's but don'ts that also matter when it comes to management of sciatica. I hope this informative video helps you to identify the mistakes that you are making in your day-to-day life and to remove them absolutely. We will come up with further information on sciatica pain relief and management in this channel. So make sure to subscribe to us and follow us on UltraCare Pro YouTube channel. UltraCare Pro also sells some amazing pain relief products. You can check out their products on their website. The link to the website is mentioned in the description box below. On that note, I'll end this video here and I'll see you in another video. Thank you.